In this video, I would like to show you how the continuation of how to Sumif. And I showed you in the previous three videos Sumif in normal and in ranges and in the dynamic database. So again, same thing I'll be doing in the dynamic database is that is going to be through tables. So a dynamic database is when you have to add some data automatically, the things should be changed without you editing, without doing any sort of editing or uh, without doing any sort of editing or any sort of changes in the formulas. So how to do that, as I showed you in in the previous video in the dynamic database, but something more can be done through tables. So if you can do through ranges, we can do also through tables. So what I'll be doing is I'll be showing you how to first you have to convert this database into a table. So you can do in many ways. I showed you many tips and tricks. Please refer to my previous video for converting into tables. So I'm doing one more technique, that is going to be quick analysis. And in quick analysis we have something called tables, and I'll be doing it a table. So now it has been converted into a table. So I'll be typing this as any fancy name. I'll be giving this as data set. So you should not have any spaces. It should be in one word, or you should use a underscore. So now I'm going to hit enter. So my table is ready. The usage of table is that whenever you have a table, the data automatically gets dynamically calculated. So this is the pointer of the table. So uh, I can continue. I can just finish it within 1 minute of showing all those trees, but I'll be showing you something extra when we are doing a table. So whenever you're using a table, what is going to happen in different types, I'll be showing you. Suppose if you make this as a sum if, open the parenthesis, and if you have select this range, this is a range, you just select the headers, comma, the criteria is this, comma, and the sum range is this. Now if I just select this headers, will I get the answer? So when I close the parenthesis and when I hit enter, I will not get the answer, because what I've selected, you can see, is only headers. So it's for headers, Excel doesn't recognize it, just showing a header. You should have the whole database. So something more out of the box, if you can do, if you think that you can do something more, if you're just again, if you're creating a if you want to create a defined name. So if you have a defined name, if you create defined name as a main category, and it's just showing a headers, this is going to work. Will it work? And if you are selecting this as a, again, defining a name, and even if you select the whole database also, define, if you select the whole database with define name, this is actually only for headers. Is it going to work? Actually this is not going to work, because it's a header. So if you edit the same thing, if you go to name manager, if you go and if you edit it, if you edit the name and if you make the data set as actual amount as full complete all, so now is all is selected, okay, we are getting an error. Okay, let's remove this, and if you select this actual amount, okay, so it has been named. Again, if you select this and edit main categories, remove this completely and select from here and do okay. So now we have actual and main category too. Let's see that. So if you do some ifs, not if, so some ifs I'll be showing in the next videos. So the range I'll be selecting as main category. I'll be selecting M, main category, and I'll be selecting criteria as this, comma, some range as this. So I'll be typing an A. So I have actual amount of here, and I'll be closing the parenthesis. Now I got the answer over here. But if I add some more database, is it going to change? So that is a big question. So if I copy the same thing over here, I'll be controlling C, I'll be copying and I'll be pasting over here. So you can see 21,760 when I paste this, it's changing. Yes, it's changing. You can see automatically the things have been changed. So the same is going to apply over here. Okay, this is just I just showed you what the usage removing that control thing. So if you are making extra column also, you can have this thing on board. But in a simple format you don't require those things. Now I already have this, so I can either delete it or I can keep it as long as it is, so it doesn't cause me any harm. But in the normal way, when we use sum if and count if and average if is, you have to do this. So the both ways are correct. The what I showed you is also correct, but what normally used for saving time you can do is sum if open parenthesis. The range should be selected, but not only from the header, it should be selected from the whole area. So you can select from the, so if you select from here, and if you keep this cursor over here, it is going to give you this much only. But if you select and go to the end, you can see dataset main category is selected. So this is the differences. And if you keep a comma, this is a criteria range and this is a sum range. So you can see when I am moving the cursor up and down, you can see the difference. Now F3 to F10, sorry, F3 to F10. If I make this, it's going to actual amount. And I'm going to close the parenthesis and hit enter. So if I'm doing cross verification, I'm copying this again, Control C, and I'm pasting over here. See, the data is not getting changed. When you're doing, when you're adding a when you're adding a range, it is selected in the same way. But here it's not selected because the thing you selected is always doesn't carry all. So unless and until there is an all function over here, the data is not going to make you dynamic changes. So I'm going to delete this. So the correct way of doing is equals to sum if open parenthesis the range, and the range should be selected from top to the end, top to the end. So now you can see all. Unless and until all is selected, your data is not going to be dynamically changed. So let me remove this first. I don't want this. I'm going to show you again. Okay. So okay, this is I showed you. It doesn't contain all. Unless until it contains all, your data is not going to be a dynamic way. So let's do it again. Sum if open parenthesis range. So select from the top. And then you can select this, but there is no use of selecting this because you already have a table. So if you want to select this, you don't need to have, if you select this way, you don't need to have a table then. There is no use of having a table. As I showed you in the previous way, you can do the same, but you have a table for that. So when you select this, try to see that all is there. Now you can see all. So when you think that all is there, the data is in the perfect way. So now the data can be changed dynamically. Comma, this is going to be a criteria, and comma sum range. Sum range again, I'll be selecting this, and you can see you can keep on the F2 and F9 and F10. You can see this, but when I select from F9, F10, and when I come down, you can see the total change, and you can see all. So let me do it again. So when you do this, when you come down, you can see the changes going on. F10, and when I come down here, you can see the changes over here. All. So unless and until you see all, your data is not in the right way. Let's do it again. Sum if ranges from here 1 till end C10. Now this is going to be complete. You can see all over here. Comma criteria comma. Now you can see this. If I select only headers are there, so this is not the correct way. So you have to pull it down, down, and down. If I leave in the half midway also, the data will be till here only. It will not be dynamically changing whenever required. So I want to do is, you can see the changes happening on the top. Now when I select this, you can see all. So when you see all and all over here, means your formula is perfectly correct. Or you can do is, let me close this parenthesis first and hit enter. So or else what you can do is, you have to do the same thing. You have to create a criteria. You have to create a range, or you can use these two things. So what I'll be doing here is, I will be using count if open parenthesis. The range is the same. You can either use M main category, comma ownership. Those, or I can do is equals to countif open parenthesis. I can select the range myself. Again the same thing. When I count it down, you can see the changes happening on the top. Now you can see C10, but I want to have the full data. So when I come to the last area only, it is going to say all and main category. And criteria is comma this. And I will be closing the parenthesis, hitting enter. We get the answer 3. Same is for the average if also. So here I didn't use the ranges. You can say I use the completely all function, but here I'll be showing you through ranges. Count, sorry, average if open parenthesis, average, sorry, average, average if, let me remove this, average if range. So as I showed you, this is the way all, but let's do this thing in a different way. So you can tell that you can, all the different types. So it's having M main category, comma ownership is my criteria, comma average if is actual. So I'm typing A C actual amount. Double click, close the parenthesis, hit enter. So you have in three different ways, two different ways. This is when you're selecting the whole database. This is also the same, and here you have done a different changes. So here you have selected main category and actual amount from the by making a range out of it. So this is a table, and these are the two ranges. So the purpose of this video is to see the days changes are done dynamically. So 7,253, 21,763. So we have to check this. When I add a database, is it going to change? So just see that 21,763 and 7,253.3. So when I copy this, Control C, and when I paste over here, yes, you can see automatically the data has been changed. So I hope you find this video useful, and if you want to confuse somebody by showing that formula in a different way, so this is the best way. Somebody can confuse them by telling this is a different way or this is a different way, but still you're getting the answer. So you can show your extra skills, and I hope you share this video, and so that many people can know the benefits of using the ways, and minimizing the errors or mistakes. So thanks for watching these videos. I have made the 4 videos. Please watch all the 4 videos. And the same thing I'll be doing is sum ifs, count ifs, and average ifs in my next videos. So hope you see you in the next videos very soon, and keep learning things.